What happened when you refused to be your family's punching bag? My mom spent years blaming me for ruining her life, and when she showed up drunk to my wedding and started telling guests I was a selfish daughter who abandoned her, I grabbed the mic and exposed every single lie she'd ever told about me, right in front of 150 people. It wasn't sudden. This had been building for years. Ever since I moved across the country for my career, she'd been telling everyone I'd changed, that I thought I was too good for our family now. What she didn't mention was that I called her twice a week, visited 6 times last year, and had been quietly paying her car payment since she lost her job. But she'd rather post cryptic Facebook rants about ungrateful daughters and act like I ghosted her. I didn't even know about most of it until my cousin pulled me aside one day and said, "I can't believe how selfish you've gotten." That's when I started asking around. Turns out mom had been spinning this whole martyr narrative, that I never called, never helped, that I was embarrassed by her and our family. She made it sound like I'd turned into some cold-hearted career snob who abandoned her poor single mom. Meanwhile, I'd been paying her phone bill, sending grocery money, inviting everyone to come visit, with me offering to cover flights, wedding planning, a disaster. People I used to be close with suddenly gave me the cold shoulder. The maid of honor speech felt awkward. I kept thinking maybe once everyone saw me in person again, we could reconnect and clear things up. Wedding day. She showed up 3 hours late, slurring and stumbling. She interrupted the ceremony twice. At the reception, she immediately latched onto my new in-laws, telling my mother-in-law, "You'll see, Sarah only cares about herself. She'll forget about you too once the novelty wears off." I could see the tension in the room building as she went table to table with her drunken smear campaign. "She moved away and acts like we don't exist," she slurred to anyone who would listen. "I raised her all by myself and she repays me with silence and distance." My husband's grandmother actually looked confused. "But she sent me flowers when I was in the hospital," she said. "Oh, she puts on a good show," my mom shot back. "But she's selfish. She couldn't even help when I lost my job." That was it. I walked over, took the microphone straight from the DJ, and stood in front of the whole room. "Since my mother wants to talk about our relationship publicly," I said, "let's set the record straight." The room froze. I call my mother twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday. I flew home 6 times last year. When she lost her job, I paid her car payment for 8 months, her phone bill for 4, and sent her grocery money every week. People started whispering. My uncle sat back, wide-eyed. My cousin's jaw dropped. "She tells people I'm embarrassed by our family? I've invited all of you to visit me, multiple times. I've offered to pay for your tickets. She says I abandoned her. But the truth is, I can't maintain a relationship with someone who lies about me to the people I love just to get attention." I turned and looked directly at her. She was swaying, silent now, her expression somewhere between shock and fury. "Mom, if you want to keep lying about me and poisoning our family, you can do it somewhere else, but not at my wedding." I handed the mic back. My husband nodded to security. 2 guys calmly walked over to her. She tried to protest, but it was over. Everyone had heard the truth. "Sarah," my cousin whispered as my mom was walked out. "I'm so sorry. We had no idea." And that was the turning point. Suddenly, the family who had been cold all day was warm again. People hugged me, apologized. That night, my phone lit up with texts. "I'm sorry I believed her. I should have asked. I won't let it happen again." Mom tried calling the next morning. I didn't answer. After 2 years of sabotaging my relationships, she tried to ruin my wedding too. People asked if I felt bad for humiliating her. Not really. She'd been humiliating me for years. The only difference was, this time I had a microphone.